Another concept that is really important on this subject is psychological flexibility. And I would just encourage you, I didn't put all the citations in this presentation like I normally do. I'm not actually even sure why, but you can just get on Google. You can Google psychological flexibility. If you're a real nerd, get on Google Scholar and do it. This is a well-established concept within the research literature. It is the ability to adapt to changing situational demands, shift mental states or perspectives, and balance various aspects of life. So in other words, this actually just happened. I can read an email that upsets me, but I can be like, you know what? Hold on. I need to do this webinar. I want to be present for the people who are going to be in the webinar, and I can be flexible and I can shift out of that state into this state. You could call it compartmentalization. I guess there's some overlap there, but it's not strictly compartmentalization. It's flexibility. I'm not ignoring. I'm able to actually make a shift. I'm able to actually adapt. I'm thinking about something in a certain way, and you come to me and you share with me your perspective. I'm able to actually hear that and incorporate it into my own perspective. That doesn't mean I'm giving up my own perspective, but I'm able to be open. I'm able to adapt my perspective without, like I said, giving it up or just taking on yours. Practically, it means being open to experiencing thoughts and feelings without becoming overly attached to them, staying present in the moment, and continuing to move towards one's values and goals, even in the face of difficulties. So this hard thing has happened or is about to happen, but rather than allowing that and the emotion around it and the threat around it to drive me, I am able to notice it is happening, but I don't over-identify with it. I'm here, I'm present, I know who I want to be, I know where I want to go, and with intention, I move toward my values. Those are some really essential concepts if we're going to learn to do this dialectical work, and if we're going to move through this process of recovery and not get stuck on the front end in the absolutes and in the black and whites. So here's some other examples of psychological flexibility. I can have plans, but I can also have a degree of spontaneity, right? So this is the way it's supposed to go. This is the way I planned for it to go. I made a schedule, whatever. Oh, but this unexpected thing came up. Can I adapt? Oh, we had plans to do this weekend, but someone calls and says they're sick. We can't do that anymore. Okay. Or someone calls and says, hey, we really need you, a parent is sick or whatever. Okay. I can adapt. I can be disappointed. I can still then be present in this thing that I need to do. Fear and action, right? So fear can cause us sometimes, not every time, but can cause us a certain paralysis. So I don't want to make a move because I'm afraid, but I can be afraid and take action. That's really critical, really essential. Emotions and values. So I kind of talked about that earlier. I can feel an emotion, even a really strong emotion, but I don't have to let my emotion drive the bus because I also have these values. It's not inauthentic for me to not act on my emotion. I've had people say that to me. Well, but I am angry, so why wouldn't I? I'm betraying myself if I don't act on this rage. Well, no, because how do you feel afterwards? Well, it does feel kind of, that's not really who I want to be or how I want to act. Aha. So there's another part of you that is also present. Yeah, the rage might be the loudest part at that moment. But there's another part of you that has these values, that desires this sense of integrity, that wants to develop this certain type of character. You can choose to act on this part rather than this one. And that doesn't mean dismissing and ignoring this one either. Discomfort and choice. So making a choice, even though it's uncomfortable. It's not what I want to do. Well, okay. Is there something else you want more? Okay. So I don't want to tell my wife that my sponsor relapsed, because I think that's going to just send her down this spiral and blah, and then that's going to come back on me. Okay. But you know what I want more? To demonstrate to her my commitment to not withholding the truth. I want to demonstrate to her that I am becoming a truthful person. So I don't want this. I don't want the discomfort. I don't want the pain that's associated with it. But I want something else more. Empathy and assertiveness. I can have empathy and still be assertive. I can have empathy for you and still set a boundary. Okay, those are not mutually exclusive. It feels hard, right? It's complicated. It's complex. That's part of the benefit of it, because it's as we face these relational complexities that we ourselves grow as individuals. If I avoid the relational complexities, I am robbing myself of opportunities for growth.